Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already showed you how to design this user control, that is quick sorter, and how to connect this with this button. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description, there I put the link for my previous video, or simply you can do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of your screen. Okay, so in this video what we are going to do is we are going to actually backend code for this, how to add items inside this one there is a list box, and after this how to add to cart, and after that how to remove these and how to work with these. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so let me close this and let's start with that. So first thing, we have to move back over here, that is UC underscore place order, and after this what we have to do is we have to just click on this. First we have to change the design name for all these user controls, sorry, all these text boxes and buttons as well. So I'm going to change this one to combo category. This one to txt search. I'm not going to change the design name of this text box, sorry, list box. Okay, I'm going to change the name of these all stuff. Txt item name. Change this one to txt price. Change this one to txt quantity. Up, down. This one to txt total. Change this name of this one to btn add to cart, and finally change this one to btn remove, this one to btn print, and we have to change the name of this label too, because we have to set this label every time whenever we add to cart and whenever we remove the item from the cart. Okay, so how to do that? For that, first we have to change the label name. So I'm going to change this one to label total amount. Hit enter. Okay, now everything is done. After this, first thing what I want is, when I select the category from here, I want to show all the item belongs to that category inside this list box. So how to do that? For that, we have to code on this combo box select index change. So just click on this, and after this what you have to do is you have to just click on this one, events. Here you can see this. When I click on this select index change, here this one is visible. Just double click on this and this will generate a click combo category selected index change. Here what we have to do is, first thing what we have to do is we have to actually extract the text from that text box. For that I'm going to take a variable of a string type. Let me zoom this a little bit, and after this let me name this one category. That's equal to combo category dot text. We need text from that text box whenever users select. After this what we have to do is we have to write a query. Before writing a query, first thing what we have to do is we have to make a connection with our class which we have created in our previous video, that is function fn is equal to new function, and in this I have written two methods to get data and set data. I'm going to take one variable that is of string query. I'm naming this string query. Okay, string type variable, and I'm naming this one query. So let me show you that function class. If you have not watched my previous video, I'm opening this function class, and here you can see this. First we have created a method to get a connection, and I'm using this connection in these two methods. Here you can see this, and here I have written one method to get data, from which you can actually extract the data from the database with the help of this method by simply passing the query inside this one. And here you can set data. It means that you can insert data with the help of this method. You can update data and delete data with the help of this method. Okay, so I hope you understand this, and if you not understand, then please watch my previous video, and if you still remain with some sort of questions in your mind, then you can contact me on Instagram or you can send an email to me. I'm going to reply that for sure. Okay, so let me close this and move back over here. Now I've created this function object fn, and here what we have to do is we have to actually write a query first. So what query I want to write, I have to write as select name from table name, that is my table name is items, previously I've already shown you, where category is a column name in that table. Category is equal to single quotes and double quotes, 2 plus sign, then double and single quotes. This is the way to concatenate a string, and we have to concatenate category inside this one, this variable, whatever we extracted from that combo box. Let me remove this space. Now our query is ready. Now what we have to do is we have to actually file this query into the database. So in this method, that is get data, actually this get data is returning something, and this is a type of data set. Here you can see this. For that, what we have to do is we have to create a variable of data set type, data set ds is equal to, and then we have to call the method function dot get data, and we have to pass the query. Now that method, that is get data, is going to return a data set object with the data filled inside when we file that query. Okay, so now we have the data inside this data set. Now what we have to do is we have to just add this all data into that list. Okay, so how to do that? For that, first thing I have to take a variable, so int I, let me give this space a little bit, int I, and after this what we have to do is we have to take a for loop. So for I is equal to 0, I is less than ts dot tables dot 0 dot rows dot count. What it means that either you can write I over here, or you can simply do one thing, just cut this and place int over here like this. Okay, here you can observe I have written ds.table0.rows.count. It means that whenever we select that item from that combo box, this query will be fired, and we are going to actually, suppose we have selected South Indian and we have 5 items of category South Indian, then we have 5 row inside this data set, and we count that we have 5 ds, that is data set, and data set stores the data in the form of tables, and table index is 0. Dot rows, it means that how many rows, and we have to count this, so it will have 5. So I is less than 5, it means that it will execute from 0 to 4. It means that this is this is actually to set how many times this loop will work. So this is a dynamic way to set. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually set that into the item box, that is, sorry, list box. So items list item list. Okay, so let me check the name of that. Let me remove this, move this over here. So click on this, let me check the name of this one. This is actually list box. Search for move back over here, list box 1, we have only one list box dot items, and we have to add the items dot add, and each iteration we have to add the items. So ds dot tables 0 dot rows, and we have to set the rows. I is the row, and the second one is the column. We always need to extract the 0th column because we have only selected a name from that combo box, so that's why it will be 0 always, and convert that to string, and let's see if this works or not. Okay, Let me start this. So it's showing some sort of error. So to string, yeah, actually we missed a bracket, right? Yeah, missed one bracket, close the bracket. So I'm going to start this, move to login, and here you can see this. When I click on this, yeah, this pops up, and I'm going to select this South Indian. Here you can see this, we have two items, that is idli and dosa. Yeah, everything is visible now. And what happened if I select soft drink now? Here you can see this. Now when I selected soft drink, it's showing idli, dosa and coke. What happens is, when I click on this, it just keep adding the items into this. If I select South Indian again, it will add idli, dosa again. Here you can see this. So how to resolve this issue? For that, we have to add one more line of code over here. In the top of this, in the beginning of this, what we have to do is we have to write items, sorry, the list box name is listbox1 dot items dot clear. We have to use this. Now start this and let's see if that works or not. Click on this, South Indian. If I select soft drink, yeah, we have only Coke, and when I select South Indian, yeah, we have these two. Now repeated is now removed. And you can observe one small stuff is that the font is quite small, so I'm going to increase the font first, and after that I will code further. So close this, click on this, and I'm going to increase the font for now. So click on this and select 11 and hit OK. Oh, sorry, by mistakenly I've added this. Click on this, click on font, select 11. Yeah, now I'm going to code with this. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually code for the search button. When I start writing inside this, I want to search for like Coke. When you select a category, we have items inside this, and I want to search something from that item. Suppose you have 100 of items inside this one, so I want to search a specific items. For that we have to code for this one too. So just click on this event, select that text box, and properties, we have to code on this text change. And what we have to do is we have to actually write the same query, this one, all of this. Okay, inside this one, just one small stuff, there is a slight change in the query and everything will remain same. So what we have to do is we have to actually add one more stuff. We have to check for two stuff, that is and category, where category, and name like single quotes, double quotes, and single quotes, and this 2 plus sign, and here we have to mention txt search dot text, and what we have to mention is 1% over here. I hope you understand what I have written. What I have written is we have to check two stuff. Select name from items, where category is category, whatever we selected the category. Suppose we have selected South Indian, then South Indian will be written over here. After this, and name, that is the name of the item, like this name is the name of column in my database. So like, it means that matching character, we have to match on the basis of the text, and from where we have to extract the text from this search text box, and we have added this percent. Suppose you write yes, then yes percent, it means that after all the names who start with yes will be visible in the list box. Okay, so I hope this works. Let's start this and let's see. Login, place order, select South Indian, and select, when I write D, here you can see this, we have only dosa. When I delete this, and when I write I, yeah, we have only idli. Yeah, this one is working fine. But here you can observe one small stuff, that we have added the same code 2 times, and this one is not looking better. So what we have to do is we have to actually create a method over here so that we can reduce the lines of code over here and it will look clear. So what we have to do is, let me add one method for now. The method will be private, because we are going to use this method inside this file only. So private void, and I'm going to name this one show item list. Okay, so item list, and I'm going to pass, actually it's except one string, that is query. And what we have to do is we have to actually paste few lines of stuff from there. So I'm going to cut this first and paste it over here. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually cut few more stuff, that is this much. I want this much over here. Okay, so now we set with the method. Okay, let me delete this space. Yeah, we are ready with the method. After this, what we have to do is now our query is ready over here. What we have to do is we have to just call this method show item list, and we have to pass the query inside this one, and we have to do the same over here. Let me delete this and remove these all stuff, and we have to call that method, that is show item list, and we have to pass the query. That's it. Here what I have did is I have put that calling that method, that is function.getData. When this call method, when we select something from here, over here, so then this query will be passed with this by calling this method, and here this query is for the passed inside this one, and the data set will be filled with the data, and this data grid view, sorry, list box will be filled with the that data. And if we select, if we write anything inside this text change, then this query will be fired on this method. Okay, in the same way I have already explained you. Okay, so let's see if this works or not. By doing this, we have actually decreased these line of code. In this, I have written these all line 2 times, but now we can see we have this only 1 time. And let's see if this works or not. Log in, place order, select South Indian, yeah, this one is working. Indian, yeah, this one is working. Thali, and when I write G, yeah, this one is working, and yeah, everything is working. After this, what I want is when I click on this, I want to fill this text box with the data, with the detail of these items. How to do that? For that, what we have to do is we have to actually code on this I list box selected index change. So just close this, move back over here, click on this, click on events, selected index change. Here you can see this. Just double click on this, and this will generate a list box 1 selected index change event. And here what we have to do is we have to actually set few stuff. First thing, what we have to do is we have to reset the text of these txt quantity, clear all these, clear txt total whenever the item is changed. Okay, so let me do that. So txt quantity up and down dot reset text. First thing I want this, and second thing txt total dot clear. It means that what you want is whenever we select one item, then the data is filled inside this, and we have increased the quantity, and on the basis of that quantity the amount is total over here. And when you click on add to cart, the item is added. When you select another item, then item will be set over here, but if we this two text box resist with the old data, then this will not look fine. So that's why I have cleared these two text boxes whenever we select one item from there. After this, what I have to do is I have to extract the text which we have selected from that list box. For that, we have to write string text and is equal to items, sorry, list box dot get item text. Yeah, and inside this we have to pass the list box 1 dot selected item. Yeah, when you write this, you get the text box, sorry, you get the text of the selected item. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to actually set that text into the text box, this text box, the name, item name. We have to set the text whatever we select into this. So let me do that. So that txt name item name dot text is equal to text. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. click on this, place order, select Thali, click on this, and here you can see this name change on the basis of this. And when I increase this and when I add some total like this, when I click on this, yeah, these clear up and this will look fine. Okay, now this one is working. After this, we have to set the price and total on the basis of this quantity. So let me do that. After this, what we have to do is we have to fire a query to extract the price of that item from the database. So query is equal to select price from items where name is equal to, it's a string type, so double single quotes and 2 plus sign inside this, and I'm going to pass the text which will selected item price. I want that. Okay, so now we have the price inside. After that, we fire this query. So I'm going to fire that query data set ts is equal to fn dot get data, and inside this I'm going to fire the query, and after this I will have txt price dot text is equal to ts dot tables 0 dot rows, and we have 0th row 0th column dot toString. Okay, so txt price is the text box name for this one, price, and when you do that, yeah, this will work. And here let me show you one thing. Let me just log in, place order, select one thing, South Indian, select Italy. Here you can see this, the price is set now, and when I click on this empty space, okay, so let me log out and log in again, and here you can observe that when I click on this empty space, or okay, yeah, this works fine. Okay, so we have to actually, what I'm going to tell you that we have to put this one into a try catch block, otherwise will cause exceptions sometime, and this will cause in the failure of your program. So I'm going to put this one in try catch block. Okay, you have to just write this. I'm not going to show this exception anywhere, just like this. Yeah, this will work fine. Okay, so now we can set the name and price with the help of these items. Okay, after this, what we have to do is we have to actually set the price on the basis of that quantity. Now let me start this and show you what I'm trying to say. Login, place order. What I want is when I increase the quantity, here you can see this 1, then the price needs to be 75 over here. When I click this 2, we need 150 over here. So how to do that? For that we have to code on this value change event of this one. So let me do that. I have closed the application. Just click on this and search for value changed. Here we have, just double click on this and this will generate a txt quantity up down value change event. And here what we have to do is we have to extract the quantity first. So int64 dot quantity is equal to int64 dot parse and convert that txt quantity up and down dot value dot toString. What I have done over here is I have extracted the value from that text box, sorry, up down counter, and converted that into a string type, and finally we have converted that with the help of parse method into a integer int64 type. Now we have the quantity, how much quantity we want, and after this I want the price amount. So int64 price is equal to int64 dot parse, and in this we have to pass the txt price dot text. I'm going to extract that from the text box that is named as txt price, this one. I have extracted the value, how many quantity and price. Now what we have to do is we have to just multiply these two and show this into this text box. Okay, so let me do that. For that, txt total is the name of that text box dot text is equal to, in the bracket what we have to mention is coin, and we have to multiply this with price. Put this into the bracket and convert this into string, to string, and here we go. When you do this, let me just change the font color for this one to black. Okay, so let me do that. Change this one to black and increase the font so that we can see clearly. Change this one to 12 and hit OK. Okay, let me copy the size of this one from here. Yeah, now start this and let's see how this works. Log in, click on this idly, and when you select 1, the price is 44. Just click on 2, the price is 90. Yeah, this one is working fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually code for this add button. What I want is when I click on this add to cart, the item needs to be added inside this. So how to do that? For that, let me start coding with that. Okay, so you can see this when I click on this disappear. Okay, this one is looking very bad. Let me fix that first. So click on this and change this one to radio button, that is button style, not this button mode. Actually change this one to radio button or default button. Let me just leave that default. Okay, save this. After this, what we have to do is we have to code for this add to cart. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event for that. And after this, what we have to do is we have to take one. Okay, sorry, actually we have actually I have selected all of this, and when I click on these button, for all buttons I have created an event. So let me remove that events first. Okay, so click on this and I'm going to remove the event first. Click event. I was surprised that how can I have this much of click events. Okay, so now we have only one, and after this what I want is I have to first take two variables. I'm going to take that one protected because I'm going to use this within this int n, and I'm going to take that total to take care of the price. Total is equal to 0 for now. After this, what I have to do is I have to take n variable is equal to Guna data grid view dot rows dot add. What it means that it will give revert to n that how many rows we have, actually on which row we have to insert the data. After this, what we have to do is Guna to data grid view dot rows, and which row? The n row. And after this dot cells, which cell? 0 cell dot value is equal to, and we have to set the value that the first column is for what. Let me check that. First column is for item name, so I'm going to set the item name. So item name is txt name, in the text box name txt item name dot text. And after this we have to set the price. So Guna 2 dot rows n dot cells, cell is 1, that is the column name, dot values, cell is the column index. Actually cells 1 is the column index. Let me explain you. Cell 0 means this one, item name, this is the column 0, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, or you can say cell 0, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. Okay, this way the coding is going on. So after this we have to set the price, txt price dot text, and after this we have to set the quantity, Guna 2 dot rows n dot cells 2 is dot value is equal to txt quantity up down dot value. And after this Guna 2 dot rows n dot cells 3 dot value is equal to txt total dot text. Okay, now we have all this. After this, let me check that first if this works or not. So start this, log in, click on this, select one item, Indian price 1, and click on this. Yeah, here you can see this. Now the item is being added. Those I want that. Those are 2 items. Yeah, this one is being added. Okay, so this one is working fine. After this, what I want is, here you can observe one smaller stuff is that the price is not being increased. So how to do that? What I want is, when I add items, this price and plus this, the total needs to be visible over here. So how to do that? Let me close this and let me show you. We have to code over here on the add to cart button, and here what we have to do is total. Whenever we add one row, I want to add that stuff into the total. Either we can write like this, total plus int dot parse, and we have to convert the txt total dot text. You must be worried that why I have written txt total over here. This txt total is not this one. This one, the price from this text box. When we click on this, the price from this one is fetched and added to this one. Actually added to this variable, and this variable is finally assigned to that label. Either you can write like this or you can write like this, plus or equal to, like this. Yeah, both will work fine. If you have written that, if you understand this, then only do this. Otherwise you can write the previously what I have written. After this, what we have to do is we have to set that label. So label total amount dot text is equal to, we have to mention rs dot space, and after this double quotes and plus, and we have to add that total. This total is nothing but this variable. Whenever we add that, this total is being incremented, and this label, this total is being actually set to this label. So let's start this and let's see if this works or not. Log in, place order, select item, click on this, click on add. Yeah, here you can see this, the price is increased. Select dosa 2. Yeah, the price is increased. Now both 45 and 150 is now being added. After this, you can observe one small issue is that when I select this 0, yeah, and I try to add to cart, yeah, this will add it too. But this doesn't make any sense that you have added 0 dosa and the price is 0 and unit price is visible over here. This doesn't look. What I want is I want to restrict that you can't add this type of stuff. Or the second thing, what I want is whenever this nothing happens, let me show you that. When I select this, here you can see this text box is empty, and when I try to add to cart, yeah, exception generated. I don't want that. Okay, so how to do this? How to take care of that? For that, I'm going to check one condition over here. So if txt total is not equal to txt total dot text is not equal to what? 0. So 0 is in the string type in the text box, so I'm going to write the 0 in this format, and not empty. So txt total dot text either not equal to null. Here you can see this, and put this inside this if condition, all the code. Here you can see this. And in the else condition, what I want is I want to show a message. If user try to do this, then I want to show a message box dot show minimum quantity needs to be 1, and the message box name needs to be information, and message box button needs to be something okay. I need one button, and after this message box icon, and I'm going to name this one information. Yeah, that's it. Now let's start this and let's see if this works or not. Place order, select something, click on this, and when you try to this, minimum quantity needs to be 1. It means that this one is empty, that's why it's showing an error. When you 1, yeah, this works. When you try to add 0 and click on this, minimum quantity needs to be 1. Yeah, this one is working fine. After this, what I have to do is we have to actually work for that remove button. Okay, so how to do that? First thing, for actually to work on this remove button, first thing what I want is when I remove any item, I want to decrease the price from here. So how to do that? Whenever I click on this remove button. Okay, so for that we have to actually remove the selected item only. We have to remove the selected item only. When I click on this and try to remove this, then this row will be deleted. So first thing what I want is when I click on this, the selected row price I want, so that I can decrease that price from this total. So first thing I'm going to code on this data grid view, cell click event. Okay, just move back over here, just click on this, cell click event, search for that. Just click on this and search for cell click event over here. Move back over here, cell click, here it is. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event over here. And here I'm going to take one variable of int type, so int amount. And here what I have to do is I'm going to put this one into the try catch block, so that if any type of exception occurs, this get handles it by itself. Yeah. And inside this I have to set that price of that row into this amount. So amount is equal to int dot bars. It's an int type, so that's why we have to convert that into int type. So from which data grid view? Guna 2 data grid view 1 dot rows, and we have to mention e dot row index dot cells, and from which cell we want. The cell is 3. Let me explain you what I have done over here. E dot row index. E dot row index, it means that on which row you have clicked, and the cell is 0, 1, 2 and 3. The price, I need this price, so cell 3 over here, and convert what you have to extract the value and convert that into string like this. Now we have the amount in this variable. After this what I have to do is when I click on this remove button, I want to remove that row and decrease the price from this level. So for that, just double click on this and this will generate a pdn remove click event. And here what you have to do is you have to actually do one stuff, and I'm going to put that into the try catch block so that I don't get any type of exception. Juna 2 data grid view dot rows dot remove at, and from where I have to remove this dot Juna data grid view 1 dot selected rows, and here what we have to do is we have to mention 0 dot index. Just close the bracket. And now after this execution of this, what I have to do is I have to actually, now this will remove the row, but it will not decrease the amount. So let me show you that if this works or not. Let me just log in, and I'm going to add thali. I'm going to add veg 1 thali and non-veg 1, and I'm going to remove this veg. Click on this and remove this. Here you can see this, now the row is removed. The price is still by adding that non-veg and veg thali over here, the total amount, and this one is not looking nice. What I want is when I click on this remove that row and decrease the price. That look nice. Okay, so after this what we have to do is we have to actually write like this. So total is the label which we have, label not, this one is not a label, this is a variable which we have created over here, total. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease the amount from that. So decrease the amount, total minus is equal to amount. This is the amount is also a variable, and here you can see this is of int type, and I have decreased the amount from the total amount. And after this what we have to do is we have to just set the label label total amount dot text is equal to rs dot space plus total. And now start this and let's see if this works or not. Login, select item. Yeah, here you can see this. Now we have 3200. I'm going to remove this. Veg special thali, remove this. And here you can see this. The price is 2550. And I'm going to add one Coke. Actually, 6 Coke. Yeah, here you can see this. Now 300. Yeah, this one is working fine. Now we're left with one stuff, that is print. And we have to do that. How to code for this print button. So let me do that. For that, first thing what we have to do is we have to add one item into our project. What is that? That is a DGV printer. Let me open that. Here we have DGV printer. I have already provided a link for this DGV printer in my video description. Go and download it out from there. And what we have to do is you have to just drag this, move back to your project. I'm working on cafe management, this one. Open this and just put this on this cafe management video, your project name, and just leave this. And here you can see this. Now we are here, you can observe DGV printer is now added. We don't have to open this. Okay, so let me close this and just add this. And after this, you don't have to do anything. You have to just move back over here on the print button. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event. And after this, what we have to do is we have to write DGV printer like this. And this will not shown properly. You have to mention like this, capital DGV, capital P, and after this you have to just click like this and use DGV printer helper. And when you click on that, you will find, you can actually see this, the color of this one has changed. After this you have to mention printer is equal to new DGV printer. After this, what you have to do is printer dot title. You have to set the title, so I'm going to set the title customer bill. You can set anything, whatever you feel like. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually add date and time. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Printer dot subtitle, and in this I'm going to add string dot format date mention like this. Now you have to mention date time dot now dot date. When you mention this, after this title name you will find the date over there. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to set the printer dot subtitle format flag, title format flag, this one, flags is equal to string format flags dot line limit. And after this you have to just put this pipe string format flags dot no clip. After this what you have to do is we have to just add the page number into the bill. If your bill is of more than 1 pages, then I need the page number, and even we have only 1 page, then still I need a page number. For that you have to write printer dot page numbers okay, so it's page numbers, yeah, page numbers is equal to true. and after this printer dot page number in header is equal to false. I don't want the page number in header. After this we have to write printer dot proportional columns is equal to true, and finally we have to write printer dot header cell alignment is equal to string alignment dot near. And after this what we have to do is we have to just mention printer dot footer and is equal to the total amount. So total payable amount is, and we have to set that from the label, so plus label total amount dot text, we have to set this, and after this I'm going to just add a footer spacing, this one is equal to 15, printer dot print data grid view, print data capital P R I N T data grid view, and mention the data grid view name. So Guna 2 data grid view 1, we have to print this one. And finally after this what I want to set the label. Okay, so let me do that. And after completion of all this task, what I want to clear this data grid view and set this label to 0. Okay, so how to do that? For that, move back over here, and what we have to do is we have to just mention few more lines, that is total, set the price total is equal to 0. That is the variable which we have created over here. So let me show you that total. Here you can see this, we are using this one for amount, total amount, so I have set that 0. And after this I want to clear the data grid view, so shows dot clear, and after this what we have to do is we have to set the label total amount dot text is equal to rs dot plus total. That's it. That's it with this. Let me start this and let's see if this works or not. We generate a bill successfully or not. So log in, place order, click on this cake. We don't have any type of cake, soft drink, Coke. I'm going to add this one 5, 4, yeah 4. After this thali, I'm going to add this 1 thali, 2 thali, veg special, non-veg special 3, 4. Total amount is 4,900. I'm going to print this. When I click on this print, this will generate actually open a pop-up, and this will ask for printing. First it will print, and after the printing is over, it will show to save a PDF if you want, a bill PDF. So click on this. So I haven't actually attached any printer with my PC, so here you can see there's a printing one, and here you can observe that this column is still filled with the data and this label is still having the total amount. So what we have to do is, let me just show you, desktop and bills. In this one I'm going to store this today bill. Yeah, I'm going to name this one today bill, and when I click on save, and this printing is going on. Yeah, when this completes, and here you can see this, when that removed, all the data is removed now, and this one is turned into 0. Let me open that PDF file where we actually stored that into this bills, and today bill. Just open this and let's see if this bill is proper or not. Here you can see this. Initially we have added Coke as far as 50, 24, 200. Veg special thali is 652 and one price is 1300, and the total payable amount is 4,900, and price page number is 1, and here you can observe that padding, that is a space. Okay, footer space, and the bill look like this. When you print this, it will print like this. Yeah, here you can observe we have the date, and this one is customer bill. You can change the text for this one. Okay, let me move back to our project on which we are working. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. That's it for this video, guys. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to code for this, actually design and code for this update item. And please subscribe and hit the bell icon, and please share with your friends. Thanks for watching.